Hey Leo, how's everybody doing? Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. We're seeing the Knight of Cups in the pre-shuffle. Maybe getting a message from someone, having a conversation, maybe something important coming up. The Hermit. So you've been keeping to yourself, finding answers. I'm hearing this. It looks like you've been reflecting on maybe something that didn't go right. The Hermit represents Virgo. Can always be that area of your chart if it's not you and another. It looks like you're really checking in and looking back on some things that were happening. I'm hearing spotlight. It looks like you find something that you had been looking for, but only after giving yourself the time and space you needed to reflect. This could mean that you were like talking or hanging out with people less because you needed some more time to yourself. It seems like deliberate time that you needed for yourself. Like, I'm not seeing this just be like you shut down to like avoid everything. It seems very purposeful why you needed to connect with yourself and what you needed to think about. And I'm seeing it be like a means to an end for you. Like, I'm seeing you achieve whatever purpose it was that you were trying to achieve here. You may even come out of this time with some new ideas too. Maybe you felt like creatively you needed to take a break and kind of refresh even. Maybe you were feeling that you were losing your spontaneity a little bit. I'm getting this. So what's going on now? Yeah. You reflecting, if you haven't taken this time and you feel like you're called for it, I'm seeing this is what your guides are suggesting for you. They're saying that it's going to help you. There may be like some regrouping that you're needing. Also for some of you too, if you experience like anxiety and things like that, this is something that will help you ground your energy. Reflecting, grounding, self-care, unplugging, disconnecting. And it can be for whatever time frame feels appropriate for you, and that can change for each person. So know that it doesn't have to be like a certain way, or this way is the right way and that way is the wrong way. There's a sense of like you doing what feels right for you. Yeah, I was seeing this before. It's like something went wrong or something didn't go the way that you wanted it to go. And there's a sense of thinking about this. I'm seeing that this is also why you're being guided to reflect right now. Because like maybe you were making decisions or something was going on and you weren't checking in with yourself, and then it's like everything piled up and you got to a place where you're just feeling exasperated or kind of depleted even. So I'm seeing like the importance of you reflecting. It feels like so this doesn't happen again. Because it seems like maybe, I don't know if I want to say that. Okay, maybe something that could have been avoided potentially if you would have reflected on it. However, like you can't change that now, and so there's a sense of being like, I'm going to take this as a lesson and next time I'll think about it so this doesn't happen again. Something like that. Because I'm definitely seeing like something you were disappointed by or it did not go the way that you thought that it would. But there's like a need to actually accept that and address that and to recognize that. I'm getting recognized being significant here. Because this could have been something that like didn't go your way and you were like, I don't really care except you do. So I'm seeing this need to be like reflected upon. It's important because it's going to help like shape where you're trying to go and what you're trying to make happen. So there's purpose to this. so you can like actually move on from something. Okay, this is what I'm seeing. Yeah, so you can move on, so you can have a new beginning. It seems like it's that notion of like needing to go backwards before you can go forward. I feel like it got so dark all of a sudden. Yeah, it feels like checking in with yourself regarding like your motives and your objective. Because it seems like as soon as you address whatever this was, or whatever these things were that happened, there's a sense of like being able to have a fresh start, being able to have a new beginning. I'm seeing cobblestone here. I'm also seeing a balloon. You could be celebrating someone's birthday or like some type of celebration is happening. For some reason, there's stress with you taking time for yourself. It's like maybe for some reason you don't want to think about stuff. But I'm seeing that until you do, you're not going to be able to properly move on and like have the clean break that you're looking for. Maybe you're not looking for a clean break yet. Maybe you want to sit in this longer. But it looks like you're going to be, like, the longer you put this off, because I'm seeing, like, definitely a resistance to reflecting on this, like, whatever it was that happened. What's interesting to me is that, like, I'm not seeing a super visceral reaction. Like, I'm not seeing the Ten of Swords yet, or the Three of Swords, which is, like, feeling, like, really intense pain over something. This is more so, like, your expectations were let down or you feel disappointed. But for some reason, there's, like, this strong resistance to reflecting on this. Which is interesting because usually, like, the stronger the feeling is of something being unpleasant, the stronger the resistance is. But I'm not seeing this be, like, super unpleasant. There's just, like, a need to sit down and think about this or reflect on this. And I'm seeing that, like, until you do, you're going to be feeling stressed out. Like, it's just going to be there because it's not being, like, resolved, and so it can't dissipate. So it's something that's just sticking with you. You may be feeling like more lethargic because of this as well. It's like because energetically you need to resolve something. Yeah, there's healing that's needed. I'm looking at the star and at Mars, just Aquarius, Mars. I'm also looking at the Fool here, which is Aquarius. We started off with the Hermit, which is Virgo energy. Now I'm looking at Venus. Ooh, and the High Priestess. How about you? There's an offer that's coming in. It hasn't come in yet, but it's going to be some new opportunity for you. For some reason, it seems like you may be putting something off or delaying something, but it seems like something good. Like, it's something that intuitively you feel connected with, something or someone, or like a path that you would be taking, or a position you would be assuming, something like that. It feels like something really powerful that you would be getting involved with, like an empowering experience, something new for you, and something like intuitively, psychically you feel connected with. This would be like kind of new territory, it seems like. For some of you, you could be even like moving somewhere, or there's some type of like scene change or location change. Wow. So within this time that you've had to reflect, or within, and here the tower is, within this time that you have to think about things, yeah, there's definitely a sense of like avoiding something that you didn't want to happen. The Eight of Swords is like feeling so caught up in your head that you're not moving. It's like you feel so restricted that you can't move out of this space. But this is about like also needing to like get on the same page communication wise. Like this very much looks like Mercury here. There's a sense of like needing to communicate something. I'm seeing that directly with this card. It's like something needs to be said or addressed. I'm also seeing the Tower. So it feels like feeling fearful of something that's going to happen. But it's like maybe you even have a premonition about something. Or you did. It seems like this situation is over now. It was something that came about like surprisingly or spontaneously, and something that you could have really resisted, and it's like, and then it happened. So now there's a sense of moving away from this situation. Because I'm seeing like at the time it could have taken you by surprise, but now it's over. But for some reason I'm feeling like there's a sense of you like not processing this fully. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like maybe because the situation didn't go the way that you wanted it to. It definitely seems like some sort of outcome was not what you expected it to be, and like definitely did not meet your expectations. I'm hearing also standards. Yeah, it's time to let this go completely. It's something that's holding you back now. I feel like you're not giving yourself a break. Or you're being hard on yourself, or you're not letting something go that you need to let go. Maybe all of the above. So there's reflecting that's happening, thinking about what has been stressing you out and what's been keeping you stuck and feeling like you can't move. What helps you is to get a move on doing things independently, to focus on yourself, your self-care, not necessarily involve other people in what you're doing unless you feel particularly guided. I'm seeing a palm tree, but I'm also hearing pineapple. Maybe also something that you did or something that you were building towards. You could have even lost something. Like maybe you even felt like you were gaining a sort of independence and like some of that was lost. But what I'm seeing is that like some type of situation that may have manifested in whatever way that this thing happens unexpectedly, and then like your expectations are not met, or it was not what you thought it was, something like that. It seems like your power and your sense of self is constantly increasing. So I'm seeing that even though this was like an unpleasant or maybe really uncomfortable situation that you were in, there's a sense of you like still continuing to grow into yourself and into your energy, and like gaining more of a sense of like self and empowerment. Because I'm seeing like your energy, like your vibrational energy increasing here. It's just about where you're channeling it now is what I'm getting. And you're meant to be channeling it into something new rather than something old. Something that's old news. And it seems too like you know where you're being guided to go, but you still have to go through a release in order to do this. I'm seeing something that has to be expressed or released or like channeled out. But maybe you also feel like you have a lot to sort through, a lot to pick through right now, because you could have like some things that you want to keep and then other things that you want to let go of. And so you're trying to figure that out for yourself, because it seems like you're in a state of like not being able to take action yet because you have to figure something out mentally first before you can do this. But I'm seeing your intuition guide you, and I'm seeing that there's like this new territory that you're stepping into as well. So to go over the zodiacs again, I'm hearing Aries. I'm looking at Virgo, Uranus, Venus, and Mars. Okay, my friends, we're going to end the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for joining. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.